touchdown, better broke down.
Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
That's how she became mine and see the
All right.
Honey, did you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But don't you know about Baluwo?
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 What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria, or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings, 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping.
And welcome back to the TRRC for our next session. We'll get to that after we hear from our religious leaders prayers. Imam, you have the floor, please, if you can offer some prayers.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين إن الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين فلله الحمد رب السماوات ورب الأرض رب العالمين وله الكبرياء في السماوات والأرض وهو عزيز الحكيم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
Amen. Shukran, Imam Jallo. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Lord, we continue to ask for your mercy upon the whole human race throughout the whole wide world, particularly during this COVID-19 pandemic that has brought about a lot of distress and a lot of unemployment throughout the whole wide world. We ask that by your divine mercy that you shall cut down this serious virus that has created such a lot of problems in the world economically. And we continue to submit ourselves to you as a nation, that you continue to guide and to direct the way things are done in this land. And we continue to submit the commission before you and all its witnesses, that all those who will come here will come and speak the truth. And we ask that the commission will have the discerning spirit to discern between truth and falsehood, and give the populace also the patience to be able to allow the due process of the law to take its course. and that you, the God of all justice, will give justice as each and every one deserves it. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bishop Odeko. This is the beginning of our 15th session, a new session today. As is traditional now, we would, I would read a statement, a very brief one, on behalf of the Commission, just where we are going, and the last session, just a reminder on the highlights of that last session. So on behalf of the Commission, I will read a brief statement, and then we would continue with our proceedings. This is a statement on behalf of the Commission. On Thursday, 25th of June 2020, the TRRC concluded its 14th three-week session of public hearings. During that session, 21 witnesses appeared before the Commission. The total number of witnesses appearing before the Commission since the commencement of the public hearings on January 7th, 2019, is now 241. These include 59 women, 44 perpetrators, alleged perpetrators, and adversely mentioned persons, as well as some 4 expert witnesses. 25 Gambian diaspora witnesses also testified via video link. On June 8, 2020, when we began the 14th session of the public hearings of the Commission, we indicated that with the commencement of our institutional hearings, the session will focus on the prison system, specifically on the violations and abuses of human rights of the prisoners and the other detainees held at the 3 prisons in the Gambia. The session called the following to testify: past and the present prison officials and staff, current and the past prisoners and the detainees, as well as some of their family members or relatives. What emerged from the testimonies of these witnesses shocked the conscience of many Gambians. It was an outrage of extraordinary magnitude to hear the failures of the prison system and violations and abuses of human rights from prison inmates. It is clear from the evidence that used before this Commission that the system utterly failed to address inter alia the following challenges. 1, proper understanding by the prison officials of the Prison Act that governs their institution. 2, massive overcrowding in the facilities, especially the remand wing. 3, poor quality food, which many attributed to the cause of non-communicable diseases such as beriberi. 4, theft by prison officers of food rations supplied to feed prison inmates. 5, unlawful denial of access to and/or inadequate medical services for inmates with serious consequences and even death of prison inmates. 6, poor and inhumane conditions of detention in the prison facilities. 7, inadequate focus on mental health issues for prison inmates. 8, unavailability of reform and rehabilitation programs for inmates with the consequent effect of rendering the prison system as a mere warehouse to keep prisoners. And lastly, 9, brutal torture and unlawful confinement practices, including unreasonably long detention of inmates in the remand wing. Many of the above challenges have resulted in neglect and even death of inmates while in custody. The prison service, like the rest of the country, was trapped in fear and incompetence during the 22 years of the Jammeh era. For the greater part of that period, the highest academic qualification attained by prison officers was secondary 4 certificate. The deplorable conditions and violations and abuses committed in the prisons will, no doubt, be addressed in the final report of the Commission with recommendations on how to remedy the situation. The prison service must not be used as a source of self-gratification for senior prison officials or turned into a torture facility that defeats the rehabilitative function of a correction system. Furthermore, the prison must not be used as an open access detention facility for political opponents and security officers. Any person detained at a Gambian prison must go through due process and be admitted for detention through the appropriate procedures. Both prison officials, prisoners, and other detainees have rights, and those rights must be fully respected. The rules and regulations pertaining to the operation of the prisons must be adhered to strictly and at all times. The current session of the Commission's summer public hearings opens today with the completion of the testimony by Mr. David Colley, the former Director General of the Gambia Prison Services. A brief reminder that when the public hearings of the TRRC were suspended in March due to the government rules in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Commission was hearing testimonies on the violations of the rights of road users by President Jammeh's convoys. The public hearings on that theme were not completed. The Commission will return to that theme and hear the remaining witnesses who were already scheduled to testify. As we encountered during the Commission's consideration of the themes on sexual and gender-based violence and the former President's witch hunting exercise, it has been equally challenging for the TRRC to get witnesses on the theme of Jammeh's alternative HIV/AIDS treatment program. This is understandable because of the social stigma associated with all these 3 issues. These challenges notwithstanding, the TRRC continues to encourage all victims of the former President's activities to be be it road users or alternative treatment program, to please come forward and share their stories with the Commission. In that event, the TRRC assures them that their privacy and integrity will be respected and protected. I'm happy to report that the Commission's Reconciliation Committee, with the assistance of the Secretariat's Reconciliation Unit, facilitated a reconciliation event on July 1st, 2020, between several witnesses, both victims and the perpetrators, who have appeared before the Commission. The event underscores the TRRC's commitment to not only discover the human rights violations that happened here during our mandate period, but also to the promotion of reconciliation in our country. We thank all who participated in that reconciliation event, and I hope that they have found a measure of peace and closure from the exercise. Finally, as we begin another session of public hearings, we seek the public's continued support and understanding as we go through this difficult journey of truth-seeking with regard to human rights violations and abuses that occurred in our country from July 1994 to January 2017. Thank you all for your kind attention. Council, are we ready with the witness this morning? Please proceed if we are.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, commissioners, and members of the audience. We are ready to proceed with the next witness. May I ask that the usher brings in the witness, please. Welcome back, Mr. Colley. I would, not yet. I would suggest that you take the oath again, since it's been a while since you last appeared. So let's freshen the oath.
I, David Colley.
I, David Colley,
do swear that.
Do swear that.
I'll speak the truth.
I speak the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
But nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
But nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
Help me God.
You may be seated, please. Mr. Colley.
Yes, sir.
The last time you appeared before the commission, we covered a number of topics.
Yes.
But during that testimony, a lot of the issues we discussed were just all over the place. I would suggest that today, both you and I, should exercise the greatest discipline, and you would be required to answer questions more directly and give precise answers. You understand?
Yes.
We have had a conversation just before you came in about the language in which you should testify. Do you still want to continue your testimony in English, or would you ask for an interpreter and then you speak in Jola? I would prefer that you speak in Jola. That way there won't be any mistake, or there won't be any reason to suggest that you misunderstood the questions. Tell us what you prefer. It is your call, it is your choice.
I prefer to go in Jola because my relatives want to know actually what I'm talking about.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. We would make arrangements for changes in the interpretation room so that we would have the right personnel in place to do the interpretation that is needed.
Council, you may proceed accordingly. I believe interpreters are making some changes.
Yes, indeed, they are.
Splendid.
Are we good to go?
Bravo.
Mr. Colley, I have just been advised to remind you to allow for 3 seconds between your speech and that of the interpreter, so that your speeches would not overlap. You understand?
Can I interpret?
Yes, please.
Nani asedo mama puma ba wole ni ko pum mo ala tu auto maka sankena awbe ka sanken olibe ka sanken babe o pobe ka yenteni ban pala sanken nyaaw senja furu ma fola balaw jaabi ko bosi kun simil sidantan si feji sa balaw jaabi pour bu ala tu ngonu jamora man ka sankena ko len ku jaw jak mu janjam
Yes, I understand. Thank you very much. I want us to revisit a number of the topics that we had previously dealt with.
Na ina mamma pum bulanyu senkanga kom topika sanuma ni soji son lakami kala kanu ka wujunya folo mulanyu lanya musenkanga mujuka bunata muka continue akeno.
Okay. So that we can have a very good conclusion as to what are your views or what is your position on some of them.
Mujuka au emanjoli au bunu sofmeno ku yu bunu endo noto menenati yo prumbu wonu baja wonu mangameno.
Mr. Colley, let's go back to the issue of the bad food that is served at Mile 2 prison, or that used to be served at Mile 2 prison.
Nanenya au Mr. Colley nyaulanya be sinanga sanku sene mi prisoners bang tanku sofi mi kukul sinanga samansi jakutumeno ulanya musanke na kuweliti yo follow.
You testified that when you were detained at Mile 2 prison, you tasted the food and the food was good.
None abarege dere none nan kusof mi kukul dere Mile 2 prison. None sinanga sangol ko mesenu dere mangire aw no jaken so bar awde manjoli sinanga sa clear si jak. David Mujanjam.
Yen
that is what you testified. That is what you said, correct?
Wono rek mitate nan semi sedi yoli nan dofna kana lakami dere.
Yes. I am not specifically, or I was not specifically, referring to the food you were served as a detainee.
Ani ale borere kom aw sinangas nang sanku semi nang ku sofi mire kom aw sinangas fanfan sanku seni mire are go ale bu kasanken sinangas akilias de.
I was referring to the food that you served to the prisoners while you were Director General of Prisons.
Anenya o mama marege are go tumatiko aw nang ku sofi mire so na lakame kengi nakana lakami dire bare aw nan lakome buraka bidi Director General sinangas an lakome sene bu kana kana mani ko do man ko kuli ku sofi do dire prisoner sinambuno nde sene mankuri.
Was that food good?
Man sinangas kila sinansa jake wala sinansa jakutu so nan ne kengi.
Sina sila so continue di kusiro Mile 2 do ni elakorom so su continue ni purom so continue.
When I was still the director at Mile 2, that was the type of food that was served on everybody. Even when I was an inmate, that was the type of food served on me.
We are not talking about type of food. We are talking about the quality of the food that was served. You may be served benachin here and benachin there, but the two benachins may be very different in taste and quality.
Comme sinanga sanan la comme sanan kula comme safe yolen aw nan ko kulimi disinanga sanan la comme esene bokana kammi tem enda dikanya na ko diru prisoner are ko man te ko comme si fa yakile nane bare busi jakor meno comme bindikine ko ne yanko semi aw di bindikine aw yan aw mere sene ko prisoner busi fa man si jakore.
No, depend on a for a few prisoner in Mile 2. The menu.
The food that
we used to
Mr. Colley, if you speak a lot without allowing the interpreter to interpret, he will get lost.
But I think he questioned me and I'm answering in Yola.
Wana mang mo purumbo manane tak mo sanke back urek fokon
okay
purumba ma interpreter po pam tak ma jim sake mo bangon na rek exactly wan urek me.
Okay,
good. As per the food that is served at mile 2, we go by a menu.
Now continue. Auna yentene nya.
Okay. Free of food, no guideline from the government.
We have guidelines from the government.
That is the menu, Nana.
That is the menu from Nana.
So we go,
we go by what we are advised to do.
By in writing.
The advice is always in writing.
What I am saying is that the food that you served was very poor in quality.
And when I'm sitting in way, sinang sanau sene bukana kanuma Amerikanya na kole kom sinang sakila si jakut si budget wa funuma muria manuma mi bubu sinanga sanuma nyo anari japan nafa enilola de jueola.
One enderege bejat ulu letu wonu sen sinas sinasama menu ereutumo.
This is what I have been saying. We would not give or serve food as per what the menu has not indicated. We serve as per the menu.
Does the menu indicate the quality?
Nya menu yang kusene nya ni se isen kumbi sinanga buso to me famansi sume mo famansi jake mede ni latano.
Well, ku president ko silorem.
Well, the prisoners cook for themselves.
For the fait sileta seko de sileta ni namut.
Food prepared by a lady and that prepared by a man are always different.
Is that so?
And more enomeno.
Yes, because I mean, I say ko parangona kando mansum.
Yes, because when a lady cooks, she may cook and give you a good diet.
Yes. Depend on the ration.
Depending on what you have been given, that is the ration.
And what were you giving? Was it good food or was it bad food?
Nya orang kusene mbinga mangisi. Wa fan mani panangol ngisi was sinan sa jake mante pangan mani lejak sinan lejak yo kusenu.
Wa gome kusene proof for effect prisoner. No yo ngisi wa ukeno ubenendo.
We cannot add on to what government has given you for the food that should be served to the prisoners. We only go by what they give us.
We have received evidence
that
when Mrs. Clue was Director General, she improved the quality of the food drastically.
And Mrs. Clue, Director General, na ona kata na ha sen sinanga sanumani sinasa jaka sanumani mipanafa kana kamdi kanyana kola watakilia.
Is that true? The food quality was good?
Ante malegen o nana ko mi buraka bu nana ko mi Director General sinanga sola sana sene mi sijja.
Mon regem the same thing. I
have been saying the same thing. I do not have the money to add anything to the menu. It is the role of the government to give us what we will give to the prisoners for their food. If you ask at any point for the government to add anything to the diet,
or the vendor a supply already proof of kajom,
or you ask the vendor to add as to what he would supply,
then
when the invoices are brought up,
the government no include supply already they don't in the nana menu.
The government may ask, why do you ask the vendor to supply a surplus when that was not in the menu? And they may say, we would not pay. That is the government.
Extract out menu.
And they may extract the surplus that you added on the menu and say this was not part of it.
So Mr. Colley, what do you understand menu to mean?
And come bu fahame wali bu wanu fahame di menu pour mo bi o amanje awanu fahame
menu anana oxel mu supply.
It is what is given to you as supply.
No, you best send an on copy at the finance during the tender board.
And also the finance will have a copy. And this will be given to him during the tender.
Are you referring to a list of ingredients, or are you referring to a list of types of food to be prepared? Which are you referring to?
Smuria manku kunami manku sidi sinangas wono merege mante sinangas façon ngi ko mi sidi comme nam funaka ko ne ja bendikin kajom ta ende domoda monon ne rege ba rego ma amman fang awan fahame
timetable diet.
We have a timetable for the diet.
Mr. Colley, it has started to be difficult very early on. Could you listen carefully to the questions? Listen to the English version and listen to the interpretation. That way you know exactly what I am talking about. What are you referring to as menu? Is it the list of ingredients that you need, say, to cook domoda? Or are you referring to the different types of food that must be served, like pap, domoda, rice with stew? Which of those two do you understand menu to mean?
Ane au fang na mange mamanje au bunu fahame wan kone menu mante muria mankuna moreme kom onja bisi ende domoda wanu solam do domoda riwa not menape mun si domoda yo au wonke min menu mante funaka wangi sile mi kom nan domoda jat kajom benekin kajum ode wo yo awmbe wonke domoda ende menu bang nanu nyawisi no pour mama man aw ka fama ko le bunu fahame no won ko ne menu
menu would be like when it is domoda that would be cooked today.
The supply brings all these condiments.
The supplier would bring all the condiments
for the domoda.
For the domoda.
Okay. I don't know how to respond to that, but perhaps maybe your understanding of menu is different. But now let's talk about this. Let's talk about the quality of the food and not the type of the food.
And
the evidence before the commission is that the food that was served by Mrs. Klu as Director General was of a much better quality than the food that David Colley served when he was a Director General. What do you say to that?
Director General. So si famansi jake, so si famansi na fa ni latano arija sinanga sakilia di au na ula ko mi Director General sinanga sana sedemi ku prisoner. Nya awanu ba jibeka jabe di from ofe.
Okay, we ba jibe kajabe.
My answer to that assassin is
prison.
At the prisons.
It's a springboard of crime.
It's a spring wall
of crime coming in.
Spring wall
the population that I am handling, the population here and It's far different.
The population I had, that were the prison inmates, when I was director, and the ones that the lady has when she was director are quite different.
And how? How were they different?
In the admission of prisoners coming in.
They were different.
Sorry, I went back to English.
Okay.
Okay, but
prisoners. No, let me. For a prisoner, depend the number of prisoners can receive me a day.
The food that is served on prisoners also has a toll on the number of prisoners that are received in a day.
Okay, but let's take it step by step. Would you agree that the quality of the food that Mrs. Cruz served while she was Director General was good quality? Would you agree that?
Mrs. Kulu na lakum Director General sina sana safe mi ku prisoner kola so si faman si jake au sia sana safe mi ku prisoner kola kamile kanyana kola.
Cruz na lapatom.
When Cruz was director,
I was under detention.
I was under detention.
And sina sinye area.
And the type of food that was served on me,
the same
was the same food as when I was director.
I am not talking about the type of food.
Nala borege façon sina sanuma nyimi comme man benn kine wate kulu o po benn kine nasile si o po benn kine si rek otomode nane f sina ngas pour man jifa man si jake comme isile si baj wana si warem si baj tout yona moy rege.
I was talking about the quality of the food. In fact, we received evidence that the quality of the food was so good that you could eat it.
Yes, I ate.
But the quality of the food was good, wasn't it?
The food that was served on me, I must have to eat it. You have to eat it. That's the only option you have. If you don't eat, where would you eat from?
Was the food good?
The same. Sina sanku kusina ndi wana la detention. The
food that was served on me whilst on detention, whether the food was good or not, I must have to eat, because otherwise where would I eat from?
Mr. Colley, can you be disciplined and answer the question?
Takma kengi apo nuneno eneke au nuneno jack mana kengi nukeng pumbungon nutaria mubana.
Was the food you were served with good?
Nane mantesina sam kusaf mi au nan kukulidomi siji jack.
Siji jack pasi softom.
The food was good because I came out and nothing had happened to me.
So because you did not die, or you did not fall sick, so the food was good.
Nane kom au usumutu.
Yes, that is what I would say.
But during your time, when you were outside being Director General, the food you served was bad, and as a result of which many people died.
Director General, aw sina sana ko meseno so si jakut si sumut yo fan kankam man kankam me ngena ko ket do kasoe mayegen
ekete e ko prisoner in the places yo don't talk yo.
Well, for prisoners to die in prisons, I found it there. That system is there.
Yes, but a lot of prisoners died out of the poor, as a result of the poor food they were served with during your time.
Mane prum song matiko ku prisoner kame ko kiket matik sinanga sankom free of sinanga sanman si jakut be enda yoli balwe yoli e kame mon ko men ko ketu de kasoe ni wata yoli
anyway mante Frefu kama kuchet
for
o frefu kama kusumut to nyiti ngoni mañ because
I cannot tell if for the cause of their death was as a result of the food or their sicknesses were as a result of the food.
Anana jitum on yiti me yiti l'hôpital.
Whosoever falls sick, we take you to the hospital.
So doctor opamo na mañ wa kami kusumto kola.
It is the doctor that can diagnose your sickness.
We will come back to all that. We've covered the issue of beriberi, and you said that beriberi was caused by the insect infestations or the bug infestation in the cells. That's what you testified about.
To nu mika mikuetio ngone sinangasu bukana kabanya kasumda kan kone nya beriberi wakame manku baj kasumda kuko none bakona barume midi enda bawla wakame manku baj kasumda kan kone beriberi nantane nya alanu mika mikiyo bana.
But you know that when you said that was really false.
Nane bara fang nu maniko forma funa no dag fomi aw fang setise mari kan furin fa bajoy.
Beriberi is not caused by bed bugs, it is caused by lack of nutrition in the food.
Sumuda kan konen beriberi kantu mate bawla bu eru mate bawla kame ndi bakona bu bare free fa jakuta fa kuriye mi banku kukudo man kula ke tintakon e kame man kusumda kusofi an konen beriberi.
You agree with that?
Maybe a doctor onaregum.
Maybe for
a doctor onaregum. We go by that. Only one game.
Maybe for what the doctor have said, if anybody falls sick and is taken to the hospital, the diagnosis that will come from the doctor is what we will go by.
Mr. Colley, please listen carefully to the question and you answer the question. The question is as follows. And listen carefully. You told us before that beriberi was caused by the insect or bug infestation in the cells.
Di bakona manmanyi budu bujupo do de kasoy ye kame manko sumde ku bajo kan kone beriberi awrege fotate.
But you know that statement is false.
Nane bare wana man beke isini matako furima fana awrege nya momu nane beke isini matako aw fang manyi fo furima fo kantu furim fa bajo.
You know that the beriberi was caused by the lack of nutrition in the food.
Aw fangi set matako kasumde kan beri kaskati beriberi wakame manko bajo de kasoy mat kuesi na ngasa jakota sang komu furiyaf.
Do you agree?
Manko bajo kasumde kan kone beriberi no mamma.
Do you agree?
Song man to songut.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, I agree.
Maybe you understand my question.
Maybe I do not understand the question.
Do you now agree that beriberi is a result of the poor food nutrition?
Aninya tanenya manlako nyamo panumang matiko kasumda ke beriberi wa sabu mi kasumda ke beriberi mi sinanga sajja ko ta sangu ko kaso bu kanko kulimi ko riye mi diru ye kame manko baj beriberi
wani ngoni re tate wemi.
Yes, what I can say here is that
min ina ne langue from fira ko be nyi kanta doctor.
I will still repeat what I have said. I am not a doctor.
But pingoni contribute a little bit in that. But
I can still say a little as to how the sickness,
the menu
that the food that has been served or that was served on the prisoners,
sometimes it's not enough.
Sometimes it's not enough.
Mr. Colley, we are not here talking about the quantity of the food.
We are talking
about the quality of the food.
And
Mr. Colley, I have to warn you, you have to treat this commission of inquiry
with respect.
Nane kuma alanya regi sabari way jikere mite mu ujabi ona kengi mi di commissioner pour mburam ben commissioner.
It's an offense to lie before this commission.
Nane luoye yeti commissioner elalat pour mbambu ana rek furim fa bajo di commissioner.
It is an offense to lie on the oath.
Luwe mangut pour mbambu la ko tanu la ko manu kale uban na ñu la ko mu rek furim fa man ba fa setise madile kantu furim fa bajo luwe mangut bo.
Now you can no longer hide behind I don't understand the question. You are hearing the question both in English and in Jola. So please, I advise you in your own interest to listen to the questions and answer the questions that are asked instead of going around to answer whatever you want. Do you understand?
You understand?
Okay.
You understand?
Right. Yes, I understood what you were talking about. The beriberi was caused by the poor quality of the food and not by bugs infesting the cells. Do you agree?
Very wakam non kusum ka very ko bajo moy enda sinanga sanja kutasa senem bi ko president mankuri dan kom man ko sofil ye kam mi man kasum ko bajo bar kant bawol wala ba kona barume mi mo kam man ko bet kasum kan konen very ni janjam
janjam.
Yes, I heard you. I did not ask whether you heard. The question is, do you agree that that is true? Yes, I heard you. What I can say here is I am hearing it for the first time that it's because of the food that causes beriberi. Are you serious? Like I said, I'm not a doctor.
Fine.
When the food is good, it's okay. If it is not good too, it is not okay. Mr. Colley, and I will have to give you this warning again. It is a criminal offense to lie before this commission. And at this rate, you are getting close. Are you honestly telling the commission that this is the first time you heard about beriberi? That is what you've asked, and that is what I've answered.
Hold a
second. Because you allege it is the food that caused the sickness. I don't know, Mr. Chair. My questions are being interpreted properly to the witness. He seems to be answering questions that are different from what I'm asking. I have said it in the English language. The witness understands some English. He had it. Yeah. It's being interpreted in Jola. I believe that he had a question. But what he is answering seems to be a little off from what I am asking. It is one of two things. Either the interpretation is not correct, which I doubt, or the witness is deliberately answering whatever he wants instead of answering the questions. And if it is that the witness is just deliberately answering whatever he wants and not answering my questions, I think he is committing an offense. Because under the law of the commission, it is an offense to refuse or to fail to answer questions asked by the commission. Do you understand that, Mr. Colley?
Fure fana fan ko nya bere bere fofo kam sumto ko nje kanta doto pi o pi regi de.
What you've said here is
okay.
Okay, jaw.
Banjat ni mirege o le number of prisoners kabilem de prison parce que o tout fure foko no a base e chibsina se laissé 500 kumoro di kaswe jombi ena kusumanya sinama kujetum and the quantity yet and sile you have a number of prisoners kan police kujetum and ko for kuri le ko ba cara be di folende wo kammi
community kandi yamo panjupo pamijim. Yes. The questions you've been asking are the same answers I've been giving you. I cannot tell what causes beriberi. That the food caused beriberi, I'm hearing it here. But then we only serve food as per what is available. Sometimes we'll cater for 500, and all of a sudden the police will bring some prisoners, and they have to be catered also.
Okay, let's get it clearly. You are telling us that it is for the first time you are hearing that beriberi was caused by the bad food. Is this your testimony?
Nani kom wanamba mi man set moy aw ay regularly dire commission man ko kam follow ay jame ma ko sinanga sang beriberi kasum kati beriberi kan ko kam man ko bajo mi ende sinanga sa jakuta sang kuriye mi san man yisi sumu to kam man kasum ko bajo aw kiti nge jam dire di commission follow
very han sindi
very even in our homes we have very
but free folly
Mr. Chair,
no
can you make the witness answer the question? Is he hearing that beriberi was caused by bad food for the first time in this commission? Is that your testimony?
Nane mante kam mi cede oli dire commissioner aw kitinge jam ko mu man commissioner jam matiko aw kitinge kam mi follow yoli e jam matiko beriberi kasumna ki beriberi sina sa jakuta so sumuta san ko prisoner ko set ko riyami se kam man kasumna ko bajo aw kiting kam mi follow yoli e jam dire commissioner musutu jam tike
de ko ciengam.
This is where I was asked. This is why I will respond as per what I know.
Mr. Colley, okay, I'll do it in the simplest of ways. When was the first time in your life you heard that beriberi was caused by bad food?
Aw ne kam mi follow yoli ay jame matiko beriberi kasumuta kati beriberi sina sa jakuta sang anari mi so sunto so kammi man kasumuta ko sofo an ko dem beriberi ne kam mi aw follow yoli jame yo etiyo
ni jame jam tenye.
I used to hear about it outside.
Why did you tell the commission that you are hearing that beriberi was caused by bad food for the first time in this commission? Why did you have to tell us that?
Nya wakane au numberege commission mateko kami follow yoli ay jame from mafudire commission mateko very sina sa jakuta sam kana kuriye mi so kami anona haba kasumta kan ko ne very
ni ma cienga men ni bob tegi ni jame jam bara ana arato madima ni ma ni gi cienga njemom.
Just like the question you have been asking, I used to hear it from outside, but there nobody asked me. I am only asked here.
Okay. So you have been hearing in the past that beriberi is caused by bad food, correct?
Nane utokama awlu jame jam no matiko beri sina sa jakutasu so si kanema ana ha abaj beri
ni jame jam mo.
Yes, I used to hear that.
Did you hear that there was Berry in the prison while you were Director General?
Na loko mi Director General di prison. Nu janjam po matiko beri kasumre ke beri kuku di prison.
Yes?
Yes, I do. Good. And how frequently did you used to hear that there was Berry in the prison?
Awnya bunu jame meno comme man ribore meno di matiko di prison e beri yoido kasumre ke beri kukudo.
Service.
Even when I joined into the services,
the prison,
I found the disease called Berry at the prisons.
And take care about it.
And my boys used to take care.
How would they take care of it?
They usually invite doctors to come in.
They invite the prison visiting committee.
Then they will also invite the prison's visiting committee.
And the prison council.
And the prison's council.
How to stop the prison.
Then they will discuss as to how they will stop this disease in the prisons.
And what interventions would they make to prevent more Berry in the prison?
Awnya buko wako kane mbuku juk kasumdo ko mbuku ngole ko tingu ko deru prison.
They invite the doctors makujo one day jai banya ko put a recommendation.
They invite doctors to come and see what is happening, and then they will put up a recommendation.
And what recommendations would they make in order to address the issue of the Berry?
Ya recommendation semo ku kanemi sanuma nyi mupanku ku kacha mambe uju kam kasumdo kuku buju kotme eka endenyo.
You are in senior man.
That time I wasn't a senior man.
But did you get the meeting in the conference hall?
But I used to see them held meetings at the conference hall.
I could discuss about how they can take care of the health.
And they discuss as to how they will take care of the health.
For how many years did you serve as Director General of Prisons?
Yeah, I was in sono butumu kane broka bankone mi Director General of Prisons.
Last time.
Like I said the last time.
They arrest, move me out, bring other people, move me out.
They will arrest, move me out, bring in another people, some people, then bring me back again.
When did you first become Director General?
Emitiye numundu mokan olako Director General.
2003.
It was in 2003.
When were you finally removed?
Na ne kubinu kupure ni friend di Borakabeti prison. Emitiye mba.
You cannot remember because
I cannot remember.
Because but I know I was arrested, moved out.
I know I was arrested, reinstated, reinstated, investigated, and reinstated for so many times. That I know.
When was the last time you wore the uniform of prisons as Director General?
Nane, ne kuyole ni kayone kalabanga di Borakabeti prison. Enuma ni metumuso kanu sin infangati prison kota ke nema emitiema.
2016.
This was in 2016.
So for a period of 13 years, excluding the periods wherein you were arrested and detained or investigated, for the greater part of 13 or 14 years, you were Director General of Prisons, correct?
Nane otopono pankomune na mak nan pankana simisono kunyendi sifeji upurenja simita sasa nonyi miko ko purendi kulankulangi ni purenja na lane bare jamma yamenge di tuta en simisono kunyendi sifeji aw mi Director General of Prison kodi.
Yes.
Yes, that is true.
And before that period, before 2003, you occupied senior positions in the prison service, correct?
Bala 2003, au polasi anu manyime pope kala yon la kami broka bunno bala abering miti ankure 2003.
Yes, I'm the commanding in manifano.
Yes. Would you agree that for at least 7 years before 2003, let's say 5 years, from say 1998 onwards, you were a senior officer at the prison service, correct?
Nani komnyauni na mamfam manjake simiti futok au a senior officer the prison service.
Yes.
Napjado se balauringa 2003 simiti futok au nukankana ni fandi prison office.
Yes. That is true. What was your rank in 1998?
Yeah, wakami makameoli 1998.
I was a commissioner.
I was a commissioner of prisons.
Who was the head of the prison service?
Yeah, I am manifanolu the prison service.
At that time?
What actually I?
Monte bala inje monte achiana lakotom.
Nanulakomi commissioner. I am manifanoli.
Yenye lakotom manifanoli.
I was the most senior at the time.
So you did not only become head of the, you did not only become the head of the prisons in 2003. In fact, by 1998, you were the head of the prison service.
And what our Purumbuka ni fanati prison, you come to 2003. Nani kabri 1998 what come manifanati prison. Kama wala komi commissioner ye wata kilabana manifana au rungu mido. What kabri 2008 tuonge.
No.
1998 tuonge.
And then you lakot as commissioner.
1998, I wasn't a commissioner of prisons.
What rank were you in 1998?
Yeah, wakami makamoli 1998.
I was promoted to inspector 2090.
What is 2090?
Sorry. 1990. 1990.
Okay.
I no need promote me from SI. We call it PO to SPO.
I was promoted in 1990 from SI, we call it PO at the prisons, to SPO.
What was your rank in 1994?
Yeah, makame yenu baje 1994.
1994, I was a chief officer.
1994, I was a chief officer.
And who was the head of the prison service at the time?
Yeah, what I kill na ola kumi chief officer. I am manifanolu do the prisons.
We had two commissioners that I was working before. Kinaka Johnson.
I worked with two commissioners before. One is the late Johnson.
Moses L. Johnson.
Moses
L. Johnson.
Moses L. Johnson.
And who else?
Nana Alakoton for 3 months.
He served for 3 months.
You could pray no.
He was removed.
Lamin Sisi, I think something Lamin Sisi.
Then he was replaced by Lamin Sisi, who was transferred from the police.
To man the prison.
To man the prisons.
I was by then a chief officer.
Then I was a chief officer.
And when did you become the person responsible for manning the prisons?
Nya au no nenu ngame palasi ya numa nyimi yodum kamara ke kuwe prison wati yema imiti yema.
No nagenya 2003.
Like I said, it was in 2003.
Acting.
Then I was acting
as commissioner.
I was acting as commissioner of prisons.
So you became, okay, what was your rank in the year 2000?
Yeah, imite 2000. Wakami makameoli.
2000. I was a chief officer.
In the year 2000, I was a chief officer.
And by 2003, you were?
I was acting as commissioner.
As commissioner. And in those 3 years, you became the most senior officer at the prison.
Yes, chief officer.
Okay. So what I now want to know, in the period of the 16 years, or rather 13 years between 2003
and
2016, did you receive any recommendation to deal with the beriberi?
Last time,
yes, I said it here the last time I came.
Inform my ministry.
That I have informed the ministry, my line ministry.
And the team came in, a medical team, and other senior officers.
And also a team came in
areas.
to the prisons with other senior officers from different areas. And they conducted an inspection of the prisons.
Back to the table.
And when they returned,
overcrowded.
That the prisons were overcrowded.
They change sleeping facilities.
That they would make sure to do changes on the sleeping facilities to improve. Because some of the inmates would be like under the sleeping facility.
Yes. So they came, you can out for change everything. More concrete
Then they recommended to change everything, including the beds. That is to build on some concrete beds and bring on some bed nets.
Mr. Colley, we are not talking about beds, accommodations, sleeping conditions. We are talking about the food.
Nane, Mr. Colley,
what recommendations did you receive about the food? What recommendations did you receive about beriberi?
Buku kabinya beja ko jikera diru kolea yando me diru prisoner. Ya mari yeku sene be katika na kasumuta kati beriberi kanu manyi mifuri afa jakutafu fukame mamu kasumuta kukubajo yona nde kenyi.
Monde de Kenya me ko baje ku meet with the minister.
Like I said, they went and had a meeting with the minister.
Put up a recommendation,
and they put up a recommendation.
Would it be fair to say that you did not know what the recommendations were?
Panjak purumburak matko. Buku fuyama la fanko semi purumi jitiken kasum dekati beri kando imprisine. Au manju tukayama rakili purum panumang murekmu.
Akai ni mani.
Yes, I know it.
Concrete mattress, these sankas.
Because they were the same people that gave us something to do the concretes for the bed, and the mattresses, and then the bed nets.
Okay, forget about the beds. Just focus on food and beriberi. What were the recommendations?
The minister now partake of the finance so that could supplement enough free of.
The minister says he will take it up with the finance ministry so that they will supplement the food that is being supplied to the prisons.
Was the food supplemented? Did they act on the recommendation?
Yeah, because I just in the for the fake prisoner.
Yes, they did some adjustments to the food that was supplied to the prisoners.
But
adjustment is not can't
but the adjustments weren't as we expected them to be.
Now you are coming. Okay, and listen carefully. listen carefully.
Nan bi jatu yentende.
You said the adjustments were not enough.
Nani none wan ko kungalami. Ringutul.
Is that your testimony?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I said so.
So by saying that the adjustments were not enough, are you implying that even with the adjustments, the food quality was still bad?
Ya au kaisi no new dire mateko hani from na fan kursen mi fan mani fur au de jikoli furingutu hani beja kankan sina susumut si ngon si suman ma ware mi sumi eno
banire tate clearly nene.
I have said it clearly that the prisoners do the cookings for themselves.
But over time,
and there was a time
minister na suggest
the minister suggested that they should bring some female women to come and do the cooking.
Why don't you just focus on answering the questions instead of just going all over the place to deal with other issues that you are not asked?
David, nane, como loko merege mone framena au furimu to manjima meno. Nyana no continue to takmuri baro nyawati baro nyu kusek mama framena fanomi furimu to. Fokankan sina ngas hani beja simon sijak ma ware mi jak eno. Explain mo rek mo kana kufaham.
Just answer the question you are asked.
And hani beja to anko kengi mu jabi wo keb mu reto tan kanko
banire kubenen in a supplement in a food of your prisoner.
I have said they've added something to the food that was given to the prisoners, that is the supply.
But you said that was not enough.
Barnone furam na fakili afan ko ngala supplement rakili ay irimut.
Yes, I said so, but the reason why I said it.
Proceed.
Like I said before.
Prisoners come more the night. For the following day.
We cater for the prisoners that spend the night in the prisons. And that's the number we will submit to the stores.
There are officers responsible for that.
And there are officers responsible for that.
The cooking center.
When they will bring the food to the cooking center,
within an hour or 2 hours,
within an hour or so,
you have mass arrests brought in.
Sometimes you will receive people like mass arrest has been conducted and a lot of people are brought in.
And
you cannot leave them up till the following day to serve them with food.
So
then you will have to reduce or take some from each one's diet for the others to be given.
You are talking about quantity.
Nani hanbejat mona faham mena au sinangas emengeti ko emengeti sinangas nombo kasankena regutumode.
We are talking about the quality of the food.
Nani sinangas sumati ko comme si sinangas nukondo ure na nukondo ure man sinangas sum disijak mami anare jana manjimat ko anare sinang yo namba kasankena.
Tell us, Mr. Colley, in all sincerity, you want to sit here and tell the whole country that the food that was served at Mile 2 was good food?
Nani nya au Mr. Colley. Mantuma mbere go tata au bekala ko tata tanwa manji duniya tu yo mbaka jante na Colley yo mbaka jikeri. Motiko sina sankula ko mesene ku prisoner kan manyi ko kudu ku kuli. Sina nga sakili asu sijak.
Nya sina si susum si sumut si titi si jupo jupo. Now,
what is here is when the food, either the food is nice, good or not good, whether the food is many or not, that is plenty food had been served, what can I do when the government give me a prescribed amount of food that I would serve to the prisoners?
David Colley, answer the question. Was the food good or was the food bad? Answer the question.
Nani David, urek furi fukun jabi. Mantisinanga san kusane mi ku prisoner kamili and kanyana Colley. Sinanga sa jake mantisinanga sijakot. Urek furi fukun rek mankana kujango nu jabi mi.
Sinas mi le you back sankem.
I will still go back to what I've said.
Mr. Colley, no, we wouldn't allow you to go back to what you said. Answer the question. Was the food good or was the food bad? You have this option to say a yes or a no. Let us know whether the food was good or was it bad. Stop dilly-dallying.
Ujabi free for mante fusinanga sa la come sa fe diri wata yoli am la come kan director general sinang si jak si sunsu mante sinang si jakut rek fakon
banya bot pana berege na itami sanke.
That was what I wanted to say, and you said I should not say it.
Well, this is what I've been trying to get you to say for the last 1 hour. Was the food good or was the food bad?
Since you have asked your question, allow me to also talk and give my response.
Mr. Colley, you've been talking for the last hour without answering the question whether the food was good or bad. Tell us, what was the quality of the food, good or bad?
Naseni se wate pumambu jabi, wana kengi reku jabi fakon. Bari takmula ko kango mona ko moma benga wata itu. Sinanga sanla ko mesene awdu wata yoli, awde juke yoli de manji yoli. Sinanga sa jake manda sinanga sa jako rek furi fakon.
Mama parembe ka sanke njinan a.
That was what I wanted to say, and you said no.
Ya ko mje sanken?
Ada gutu sankende na no jabi, mante mante hani.
Ka jabi ko fo sanke mu jabi.
If I want to give an answer, I must give an explanation.
What sanken?
Nyeme, wana chenge muonem. Sinange sanku senen kuprisina. Yalo kusi nyankadang. Au kusili ya nyankadang kunen. Au panungon nujuk nyankadang ebaj bedangadab, ebaj banini to, ebaj kunega. Ngeni mangombe furi. Di nyankadang manje nyankadang yetumpwe. Kuseni ya sigabares. Puman me usosi sumi usu komiri usu sum komi kaso. So yona be chenga are go sinas ka juba kolisho wode mante kanko ma onyen pangolen kuri wala an ukona wala mari ka sumo ke sinas na kenga sina wan si baju si baj banini to si ba bajanga tap si baj wanasa di ku si jabe na kine uye ebo gimbo e baju gimbo di uyu bu e baje eno wona be chenga sinas kila sanku silen prisons ma ku sen ku prisna may kuri si baje baju wan sinas an manje awdi ne pour yas ndella si baje baju wobang
di wata yoli aw na lokko ne director general
yeme ila ko director general
sinanga sanku sene mi wata yakile ko prisoner sinanga sule ko mana umare ke nyamome si baji wan sore si baj tu
mo sina si sumut
si sum.
Yes, now I am saying the food is not good. It's not a good food.
My God.
Thank you. Council, maybe at this point we can take our 30-minute break. I want to have a conference call with you, and the deputy is going to join me on that one, with the witness. We need to talk about these procedural things. Taking the commission around in circles is not going to stop us from pursuing the mandate that we've been given. Truth-seeking will find that out. But if we can take a 30-minute break, we meet in the witness room with the witness and just discuss some procedural matters.
Much obliged, Mr. Chair.
Nani nyala beja break follow no bajale mi bare hani beja mi aw ko be wonki manji jukor ku commissioner pour mi jukor manji ngone jikata bu etme bu not me tiba ko enda sidia we nana manguto man hina ko ngomor kanto yo mi buraka boli enyes malegenam mi ko kambo tarike no manji pane kan tarike tilingi talike sete nya onja ka sankana ko onja ka jabe ko tiling mu rek frima fu nyakon batak mu ngomor rek yo kanto mambo ko la ko tate dinko tawede.
We will take a 30-minute break, come back at 12 noon. Meeting is adjourned.